Well, now that we all have Go-Gurts firmly in hand, let's talk about what's happening here. Sephel and Scylla currently sit to the entrance of Grim Hollow, while your companion Sussaro has his head gripped by this large Dementor as skeletal cloaked figure of magics and visions beyond, and this skeletal or the skull with empty eye sockets except for a perpendicular third eye that glows like gazing into a nebula and a slitted pupil in its center, who grabbed onto Sussaro, has imparted some secrets, giving you a boon, and has taken from you a bit of your mind. And as this horrifying visage like fades away, you're still in this stupor until eventually you come back, but just almost in like the peripheries of your hearing, almost to the point where you're not sure you've heard anything. You just hear just these whispers, these voices, ever so faded in the background. And then you look down some of the stacks a little way with your dark vision, and you can just see what looks like some kind of horrid shadow creature, different from what was just gripping you, moving down these stacks and pulling out books and like weirdly sprouting another set of arms to grip on as it sits back on its long, almost serpentine body as it begins to read one of the tablets it's grabbed. And you're not sure. And then you look to the side and you see what looks like a human walking past you. And as they touch you, they like fade a little bit, but you then feel like the contact of wet skin within it. And they continue to move by, and this figure almost like looks down at you and just continues on. But then that voice of whoever this skeletal-like figure that grabbed you and poured something into you, you're now feel this like part of your brain that just was naturally missing or couldn't quite comprehend a certain thing about the arcane world just clicks. And you feel that now you can call upon just a little bit of the arcane arts that you've always wanted to. And what ones would you choose out of the many scrolls that you have read and spells that you have witnessed other cast? And we'll learn about that in this level up. So you guys are level 10. Woo-hoo! Who wants to go first in talking about the cool features that they've now got? Okay, Sam. Sam, go ahead. Yep.
Mine is going to be a very simple. Scylla will be now level 9 fighter, level 1 barbarian, which means that I get Indomitable as a activity. And it means that I can re-roll a saving throw that I fail once a day.
Nice.
I really wish you hadn't.
Well, I was thinking about it, Will, and it actually pairs really nicely with my shield.
Yeah.
Because my shield gives me advantage on those throws, and then should I fail them yet again, I'll just re-roll.
Double advantage.
So I feel pretty good about it.
Yeah. Yep.
That's it.
I hope you guys go for the Demon Lord first. Just kidding. You are the Demon Lord now, Sam. Your Scylla is a monster. Who wants to go next?
I will follow that up.
Okay.
So, Sephel is staying boring as a 10th level wizard. So
Fuck.
for his 10th level graviturgy ability, I
Shit.
now have an ability known as Violent Attraction.
You've always had that.
I know. No.
Got him.
You're thinking of nauseous repulsion, sir. No. So when another creature you can see within 60 feet hits with a weapon attack, I can use my reaction to let them do another D10 of damage. So I can make
off.
Yeah,
What?
I can make Scylla even more powerful.
Whoa.
She can swing her sword, and I can basically just be like, yeah, but harder though.
You're okay, but your magical word, because I'm saying you have to have a magical word every time that happens, is harder, daddy.
Done. What?
Okay.
What? Where's the downside?
How close do we have to be?
Within 60 feet.
Oh, done.
Jesus.
But hold on. There.
Okay.
If alternatively, if a creature within 60 feet of me takes fall damage, I can use my reaction to increase said fall damage by 2d10.
Yo. So what you're saying is I gotta kick people off of high surfaces within
Yes.
60 feet of you.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Let's go.
Okay, but
Yeah.
if they're at a pit that's like... If they're in a pit that's like 100 feet deep, does after 60 feet it stop working?
No.
No,
No, if it's
it's
within
just they
60
fall
feet when it...
hard, then they hit the 60 feet, and then they're just like, oh yeah, terminal velocity.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, you're
think if you
kind of
pass
there
60 feet
already.
Anyway, yeah, it's max fall damage anyway.
Well, I mean,
But I
demon
yeah.
lords, they got a lot of health, right?
Just give us the 2d10.
Hey, I've experienced... I had to experience the fall damage, so now I give it to others.
Yeah.
I love that.
Damn it. Okay.
And then I took some spell. I got another cantrip, so I went ahead and took Toll the Dead.
Fuck.
Sick.
Got that left over from them Orcus days.
Oh yeah. And then I gained another regular spell that I can add to my spell book. So
What spell you take?
Well, to help out my good buddy Seuss, I did take Summon Greater Demon.
Fuck.
Yo.
Nothing could go wrong there.
Nah,
Love it.
it's all gravy.
So
I'm just like
Is
really
it
excited.
summon greater demon or is it summon greater fiend?
It's demon.
Is it demon? Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was fiend for some reason. Okay.
I-
Cool.
the description might say something about fiends. I don't know why it wouldn't have devils, but I'm just talking here, guys. I'm just talking, you know.
Cool. I hate that spell choice, but thank you. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Anything else that I should loathe to have come up in combat anytime soon?
Not yet.
Asking for a friend. Okay, cool.
I'm very excited about this, Brendan. There is a world in which I do 5d6 plus 1d10 plus 1d8 damage in one turn on one hit.
Yeah, and then if you kick them off a cliff, it's another 2d10 right
Oh,
there.
you're right.
Yeah, if you lodge it in their body and then just like Sparta kick them into a hole,
Yeah, we get...
mountains of damage, baby.
Wow.
Andrew, what'd you get?
Y'all
Do
are
any of the
wild.
demon lords have power word kill?
Yeah.
Let's see.
That is,
Okay. What you got, Andrew?
You know, I'm just a humble intellectual here. For my level 10 ability, I gain the simple ability to learn better, faster, harder. I have an
Okay.
improvement to my natural... oh gosh. Guys, stop looking at me. To my expert student trait, I can now learn an additional proficiency or language on a long rest if I have either a source book or a teacher, such as someone who has that proficiency or language, which is essentially extra proficiency slot. Currently, that's how I have giant as a language right now as well.
Okay.
Yo.
Great.
That's cool.
So that's pretty fun. Do you need to know my spells at the current time? Or
I
might
don't, but I do hope you've chosen them before you use them.
I am currently choosing, and I will have the message to you very soon.
Okay, great.
You got a
All
lot
right.
of options.
Yeah, he does. Because
Yes.
he has the boon of magical secrets where he can pick any 2 spells up to 2nd level.
I think you just
From
take
any of
Vortex
these.
Warp and Featherfall and just completely copy Sephel.
You son of a bitch.
I'm you.
Fucking
I
cheaters!
am you.
I'm not gonna lie though, having 2 people with Vortex Warp would be
Yo.
super clutch.
True.
You
I
can
would
Vortex Warp
love
each other.
I would love to not have to save all your asses with all my spell slots.
Yeah. Speaking of which, do I have spell slots now, or is this an
You have
at-will
2.
class? 2 spell slots.
Just 2. Yep.
And I would love not to have to save you with my muscles, Brendan, but here we are.
But you look so good while you're doing it.
Sephel's getting picked up again.
It's like, God, I hate this, but mommy.
But fishy.
Doesn't
Oh.
Ugh. Yeah, way to make it weird.
Uppies, shark mommy. All right, my wife probably heard that and hated that. All right.
Harder, my sushi goddess.
I don't. The Madness Table, brought to you by Nobu, a real restaurant that does not condone this.
Yep. Oh my god. Okay. So now that we know your wonderful new fun secrets, not all, but a good amount of them, Sussaro, you're in these stacks. You've begun to see these shadowy figures that you're not sure are there or they are. It's incredibly confusing, but you always hear and see them now as you begin to move about. And the voice of that figure calls out and goes, "Thank you for imparting what you did. I hope what I've given you will serve you well. It's not a demon lord's blood, but I think between your newfound knowledge and your friends, you'll be able to find that soon enough."
I feel like Sussaro's eyes are kind of just like constantly darting around. Yes, I will make use of your kind gifts, and I look forward to speaking again.
So do I. I hope this will help you find the exit. And you just see everything to kind of begin to like this doorway like zoom towards you, the stacks just flying by, just, and then the next thing you know, you're standing outside of a small alcoved room, and you can see the main entrance of Graven Hollow and all of your friends there as well.
So I was telling him practical experience means absolutely nothing in the form of academia. I know all the different kinds of styles of monster harvesting. His practical experience means nothing.
Sephel, you know I would always consider you to be correct. However, in this moment, practical experience is important.
Yes, the things that I have seen would make you weep.
Dear gods.
Dr. Seuss, you have returned.
I was never gone. Never truly.
Yes, you were over there.
No, you were definitely gone.
Have you used your time wisely? Excellent.
Probably not.
Are you
Are
all
you
right?
okay?
I have never felt better. I can see farther. I know things. Like this, Bronte. Tie me onto the fishwoman's back. I do not have the strength to clutch a worm. I am still quite eepy.
And Sussaro, as you're saying that, you can see behind the party this horrible amalgamation of just long limbs and tentacles and mouths and eyes in the same shadowy complexion just hovering over all of your friends. One of the maws is just right over Bronte, and you see the tentacles like wrapping around Scylla and one of these hands just clutching onto Sephel, but your friends seem to have no idea of this.
There is more to this world than you know.
Perhaps you should rest. Bronte, and Scylla will adjust.
All goes according to my machinations.
Can I do some sort of
Insight or something.
insight or some like?
I'll say insight or medicine.
Okay.
25.
Only a 10.
Okay. He seems odd, but I mean, he's been tired and it's been a very long day, so
Sure.
you're kind of like meh. What'd you get against Scylla?
25.
Damn.
Oh, he's fucked up.
Bro's tweaking.
He
fucked up.
you're watching him and his eyes are flickering like all about you but continue to like focus on right above you. And like you begin to look around and you don't see anything, but his reactions are so visceral and real. Like you can see him beginning to sweat because like he's fearful of the thing that he's seeing. And that's what you figure out. You think he's seeing something that you don't notice.
Sephel.
What? I'm doing something more important with my time.
Speak, woman.
Scylla is. So I imagine Seuss is like on her back and she's trying to have a private conversation with him on her back. Like,
Yeah, Bronte's like cinching up the ropes
Yeah.
with Sussaro on you.
it appears that Seuss is seeing something that we are not. And based on his fingers and nails in me, it would seem he is quite scared.
And Sephel, right over her shoulder, you can see, like, Sussaro is just staring directly into your eyes, and his eyes are just, like, glassy, and just, like, staring right through you.
Noted.
Rest will probably help, but I am not sure what happened to him in there. We were not alone for long, but
No,
apparently
but
long enough.
who knows what things are hidden in the halls of all of the knowledge that has ever been and will be, at least as far as the Underdark is concerned. We'll just keep an eye on him.
We may... I wonder if there is a cleric we could get to.
We have one of those.
Who?
I am here.
Nobu?
Yes, it's Nobu.
Oh, yeah.
Your cleric who's been with you for a little while.
I will walk ahead. Do you mind perhaps seeing if Nobu
I
can
mean,
assist?
do we think this is something that needs
Is he really in that much
Yeah.
trouble?
Do we need to waste clerical resources, or does he need a nap? He did say he was
Fair.
eepy.
All goes according to my plan.
That is a good point.
He says as he's on Scylla's back, like he's whispered it as a secret to himself. He's right next to her ear. Oh, it's going according to plan.
The fools will never see their demise. Seuss, you good there, bro? Don't perceive me.
I am invisible.
It would seem that exhaustion is the first hurdle. Perhaps afterwards we can evaluate.
Sure.
Cool.
Good.
I'm sorry. Is that rude? Am I volunteering your back and your blood for him?
I can barely feel him. It is fine.
So, do you guys want to settle in for a rest, or are you grabbing the nearest purple worm and heading out in which direction?
I think we have to rest.
I guess we should probably rest first.
Okay.
Because Seuss is our navigation, unfortunately.
He is your navigation, yes.
You look back, he is already asleep on your back.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, I guess we're resting.
I'm so glad that we decided to rest after strapping him to me.
Yeah.
You have to sleep like that.
You can't wake him. He'll never get back to bed.
It's like a baby. If you untie the straps, he'll just cry the entire night.
I just lay down on the ground, face down.
Face down.
Yeah. You just nothing to the side, no arms to form a pillow, just straight forehead to dirt.
No, with Scylla's new strength, we're gonna wake up and the solid stone floor will have a perfect indentation of her face.
She just planks it forward and just creates an indent, and just crushed stone and dust is everywhere. You all settle in for a long rest. And as you all sleep and take your turns with your shifts, it becomes pretty clear that Sussaro is not in good shape. They are twitching and talking in their sleep and moving, and it's very clear it's a fitful rest. But eventually the quote-unquote night passes, and you all awake to all the features of a long rest. So mark those for any of the things you've used.
Oh boy.
Sussaro.
Yeah.
The ghostly-like figures that you've seen and heard, you don't see any when you awake, and the whispers are there, but they're now once again very faint. They're not, creating this almost like headache with all of the commotion and talking, if it could be labeled as talking. And you can now remember more of the figure that took hold of you and imparted this new wisdom, this new understanding or secret that eluded you for so long. And you see that long-limbed, skeletal-esque creature with the one eye in a third eye socket and the shifting cloak, and you can remember its features occasionally changing to look almost like a beaked creature with almost like a serpentine-like body and odd other limbs, but then it shifts into more of that skeletal form again, and then it begins to turn into almost this cloud of energy. Go ahead and roll me an Arcana check.
Alright.
Is he describing this creature or just remembering it?
That's up to him if he wants to.
I think at the current time, he's just still kind of lost in the sauce.
Fair enough.
But that is a 14, and I'm going to, right off the bat, burn an unyielding mind to make it a 19.
Okay. This entity that you encountered, you're picking apart all the different things that happened or made sense, and you know that there are certain creatures or beings out there in the worlds or planes that have a habit for seeking knowledge. Very similar to almost like Sephel, but there are some most known for being fanatical. And there's very few reports, but the name eludes you. But there was one figure, extremely powerful, that, similar to you, didn't necessarily have magical prowess, but learned everything they could about the studies. And in their journeys, it's said that this figure, and you remember the unfathomable coming back to you. And another name, the Unbegotten Father, crosses your mind as a alternative name. And it's like you can picture this creature's real name in your mind, but it's just muddied every time you reach for it. It's just out of your grasp. It's like on the tip of your tongue. And you remember that if this figure is who you think it is, they've been known to have found what is now called the final incantation. And it's weird that you know this, but the clues of their shape and these other names for it just continue to, it's like it's gone from your mind. Like you're looking at a book that has been checked off the shelf and you know what it is, and it's your favorite book, but it's not there. And this final incantation in myth is supposedly a singular word so powerful that speaking it annihilates magic. Like undoes magic's very existence in all forms. And that probably gives you pause and maybe even a shudder, because to have that is ridiculous. That is world-ending in many cases.
Yeah. Knowledge mortal men was not meant to wield. Oh boy. I'm in the deep end, y'all.
What do you guys do now that you're all awake and at camp? You have a purple worm egg, a central eye of a beholder, demon lord blood, heart of a Garisto, tin mask spores. Did I say angel feathers? Because you got angel feathers. The notes, and I think that was it. Yeah, a few drops of blood. Yep. What are we going for? What's on the hunt list first?
Let's throttle that worm.
Are we thinking
worm?
Thinking worm, or are we thinking labyrinth?
You know, I'm down to throttle a worm.
Let's throttle a worm.
Or two. Yeah.
Okay.
We head to the writhing.
You guys get yourselves all set up. You find some tunnels connecting to where the purple worms have kind of moved about this space. You wait it out. Everybody roll dexterity checks. So actually, let's do athletics or acrobatics, just to give everybody here a chance.
Can I just actually be strapped onto Scylla for this?
I will say with Sam's strength, it's not going to put her at disadvantage for that to be the case.
You mean my 28?
Yeah, your fucking god level strength.
Yeah, I ride the shark.
Yeah.
21 acrobatics for Sephel.
Whoa.
All right, you land. You get You get those crowbars in place. Good job.
Yee.
Sam?
Sorry, no, it was a 28 that I got.
Oh, okay. All right.
Sorry.
That's not your strength score?
No, my strength score is a 29. I rolled a 15 plus 13.
Right. It's 20 fucking
Yes.
9.
Silly
Hey
Will.
guys.
Yeah,
Hey
well,
guys. You want to know what a Tarask's strength is?
Yeah, I do.
Something like 50.
It's 30
Yeah.
according to D&D
So
5e.
close.
So Sam is almost
close.
as strong as a Tarask.
One
Sick.
day.
And almost
that
as
shit.
magically resistant.
Almost. Yeah. Oh, god damn it.
Almost.
Yep.
True that.
Except she
Colin.
doesn't reflect magic. Yet.
Yeah.
Yet.
They call
Yeah.
me the Tarask of the Sea. That's what they
Oh no.
I'm the Leviathan. I'm coming for you, Dagon.
Enforcer in the streets, Tarask in the sheets.
Oh, no.
Oh god, Tarask in the slipstream.
Oh
All
my
right.
god.
So you all make it. You begin blasting off on this purple worm. Sussaro, you don't need to make any check as you pull out your compass and you begin focusing on the worm writhings or writhings. I think it's writhings. I think it really is now. And you spend almost 7 hours riding on the back of this purple worm as they make progress across the Underdark. And eventually you begin to feel the worm making that slow down as you've all kind of noticed that it means it's approaching like something that draws interference. And Sussaro, your compass begins to do the classic thing when it's close. It begins to spin in a circle, like you're on target because it doesn't have something to point at specifically. Do you all get off as you begin passing honeycombed other openings about you?
I think this is going to be down to Seuss.
Yeah, I think Seuss is on your back, and you just hear, like, distinctly in your ear, "Now, we are here. We are in the writhings."
She's like, what?
You
Like,
heard me! It is the writhing!
Hold on. And then I'm going to get the crowbars out and then jump and try to get the crowbars into the wall so I can hook onto something.
Okay. Make a athletics check.
Not as good. That's a 23.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to, instead of the wall, you managed to latch yourself onto a lip of a very large central tunnel that seems to lead onward. Sephel, do you follow up?
Yeah, I'm going to, if I could forgo the check, I'm just going to try to Misty Step.
Okay,
Smart.
yeah, you Misty Step, you're there. You're in that same tunnel that Scylla is clinging to.
Beautiful.
Noban makes it. What about Bronte, Sussaro?
Let's go, my boy. Oh, yeah. That's a 31.
Okay, yeah.
Yo.
See,
Made it, no
Seuss rules
problem.
like dog. Bronte knows what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bronte's good. He just lands casually next to Sephel, but Sephel doesn't even notice, and then Sephel looks at her like, what the fuck? When'd you get there? So now that you're in this tunnel, Sussaro, your compass begins to slow, and then it begins to point in the direction down this large tunnel. What do you guys do?
Lead the way, Doctor.
No time like the present, my friend. Do be on your guard, because of, well, you know, the beholder and also the worms.
Okay. And he starts jaunting off.
Okay. He cuts himself free, gets down off of Scylla, begins jaunting down the hall. I'm assuming the party is following?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to try and stay pretty close to Seuss.
Okay. As you all begin to make your way through this long, winding tunnel. It's about 15 minutes later that all of a sudden you feel this very quick, very hard rumble, and the floor gives out from underneath you all. I need you all to make dexterity saving throws.
Oh boy.
No.
All right, I'm gonna make Bronte's first because he has big number.
Okay.
Can I just cast Featherfall on all of us?
If you want to, sure.
I'm gonna
It is
do
a
that.
reaction, right? Okay,
Yes.
so you cast Featherfall.
How many of us are there? I can choose up to 5 creatures.
There are 5 of
There
you.
are 5 of us.
Perfect. Featherfall.
Featherfall.
No, my angel feather.
No.
You're
It's a reaction.
How could you? All right, so you immediately begin to slow down, and you see an opening in a cavern below you. And as you set down, you're in an extremely dark cave. There is no light here. And while this tunnel is a little bit smaller, it seems to have been weirdly carved by things similar to the tunnels of the larger purple worms. But as you take a look, you see that there's like multiple marks, and you then kind of piece it together that what you see is that small purple worms have been like eating and roiling together, and that's what carved these kind of smaller caverns and tunnels that you're in. You can just see various crisscrossing scallops in the rock walls about you. And you then think you're getting very close to the nest.
I hate that.
Will, quick question about the compass. Is it specific enough where I could like shift focus to a beholder and it would show me that general direction there as well, or is it more like general location-y?
Do you have it in your inventory? Did I put that in there for you?
I do have it in our chats. Heard Erwin.
In
Okay.
Pirates of the Caribbean, it tells you where your heart's desire is.
It do that.
Yeah.
It do that. If you don't find it there, Andrew, I think it's... You don't know if it is specific or if it's general. It just, as far as you know, has always pointed in the direction you've needed to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if you guys look on Roll20, I've moved you to a new map.
Ooh, new map.
New map bad.
Oh, that.
So what are we thinking here, party?
My friends, what would we like to seek first? Shall we just grab the first objective we come to, or shall we seek out this beholder and slay it?
Well, if we steal the egg of a purple worm, we will likely not be welcome in the area much longer. That may be worth saving until the beholder has been cleared.
Indeed. Now, forgive me, Sephel, my mind races with the possibilities of your arcane instrumentation. Can you magic us away? Or, like, how long does that take? Is it like a long time, or can we just bippity-boppity?
Are you referring to... I mean, I have multiple forms of teleportation. Some are quicker than others.
Can you get all of us out of here in a jiffy, I suppose?
Actually, Scylla,
Yes?
you have an item capable of that.
Are you referring to the cloak or the timepiece?
I was referring to the timepiece.
I will need an hour to attune to it.
Ah! That is important information.
Yes.
Are you willing
yes.
to attune to that? Or should we have, say, someone like Nobu?
I can't. Magic items? What? I'm just kidding. Me be used for the party like that? How dare you?
I would worry about the safety of the timepiece and someone squishy.
Well, if you're
Has not
looking
been.
for someone who is reliable, durable, and quite advanced,
We've already established that Scylla's slots are full, but
Correct.
I'm speaking of Mr. Bronte, who you'll find is extremely apt.
would he be willing to part with such an item once we no longer wish for him to have it?
Mr. Bronte, are you a greedy bitch? No. You have it there. Mr. Bronte always has the last word, and this word is no.
Considering my question was, would he give it back?
Oh, I mean,
I meant yes. But I wasn't a greedy bitch is what I was saying. And I know my voice does sound different now than it did before, but that's just because I haven't used it in a few weeks.
I just swallowed so much Gogurt.
He like throws the tube to the side.
Nothing helps me adventure like a big tube of creamy Gogurt.
Oh.
Thanks,
God.
Mads Mikkelsen. Appreciate that.
I'm actually kind of thinking about attuning to it.
Okay.
Because
What you gonna give up, Sam?
here's the
That
thing.
belt?
I have a two-handed weapon that I'm attuned to, and I have a shield that I'm attuned to, and I can't use both at the same time anyway.
True.
So
what you giving up?
I'm probably going to give up Caliburn.
Smart.
Damn. Fuck.
And so I will, if we have the time, I will unattune to Caliburn, and I will attune to the timepiece.
That poor legendary sword. Wasted.
Hey,
You know
how
what?
dare you?
This Keyblade is just a little too big.
Okay. All right. So you sit for an hour as Scylla attunes to the timepiece.
Yeah.
What do you do next?
I suppose we find a beholder.
Okay.
I
so,
wish we would have established which goal we were going for the night prior, so I could have properly prepared for this. You know,
Are you saying that you prepared for the labyrinth?
Yes, I'm saying I need time to pick my particular magical acumen for the right task, and last night we said we were going for the labyrinth, so you have switched up on me.
You are not usually this difficult, Sephel.
I
Usually
thought
you are
wizards
just
were better than that.
The weakness of the arcane mind, relying so much on magic, they forget to think.
You don't
At
just
least
have
we
a
do
god
not
that
frequently
gives them
get
to you.
EP.
We all get eepy.
Speak for yourself.
Freak.
It is unfortunate, but I do not think we can go back at this time.
No, many of my spells are multi-use. I am just not as well prepared as I would have liked to be.
I understand the feeling. However, you have always been incredibly useful in a fight. I think you will be fine.
You make me blush.
If you are done congratulating each other, may we proceed?
Yes, she turns to Seuss. Never say that Sephel is unuseful ever again.
Oh, wow.
Harder, mommy.
Hit a nerve there. Yikes.
Dr. Seuss, we will follow you
Very well.
in your compass.
After me.
Sephel will just awkwardly sidle up next to Bronte and be like, "Can you imagine at one point she didn't like me very much?"
We all been there, you know?
Yeah.
We've all been there disliking Sephel, or
being hated by Scylla.
Well, yeah.
Disliking Sephel is also on the bingo card.
Yeah, fair. It's a little bit of column A. Column
He's the free space.
He's the free
Yeah,
space.
he's the free space.
So, as you venture forward, you see that your path splits with one that goes to the north and one that goes to the east. If you're looking for the beholder, Sussaro, your compass continues to point to the east.
My friends, the hunt begins. Now, Mr. Bronte, would you perhaps go check in a quiet manner?
But of course.
Excellent.
I'm going to send him to sneak down this hallway stealthily.
Okay. He begins to move up a slope that moves about 10 feet or so into a 30-foot high chamber that's dimly lit by luminescent lichen, and thousands upon thousands of bones litter the cavern floor. He recognizes many of them as humanoid, picking out dwarven, elvish, and even goblin skeletons, but also those belonging to strange and unidentifiable creatures. It's curious where the bones came from, but you see that there's a crack to the south and a tunnel, what looks like a freshly made tunnel that moves to the east.
Bronte is going to start creeping along the wall, moving towards the south. But I'd also like him to look up. I feel between Sephel and Sussaro, they could have probably told him the beholders kind of like levitate. So he'd kind of take a 360 degree stance.
Let's make a perception check for him.
Absolutely. Come, Mr. Bronte.
While this is happening, Scylla's having a conversation with Sephel. Do you think I will need to stay away from stabbing the eye in order to keep it intact?
The central eye, absolutely. There are plenty of other eyes to choose from when it comes to beholders.
Really?
But be very careful about putting yourself in the way of any of those stalks. Have your shield at the ready. They have a variety of nasty effects.
What do we got on that perception check?
That's a 16, good sir.
16? He doesn't notice any beholders or what he would perceive to be signs of a beholder.
Cool.
Just the crack to the south and what looks like a freshly dug tunnel to the east.
He's going to take a peek in that crack.
He peeks in that crack. And he sees that this 30-foot high unlit cavern has a 20-foot wide pit that sits in its center. And as he kind of looks over the edge, it just disappears into darkness. However, rolling over your perception check, he thinks he sees a ledge about 30 feet down. Small, but there seems to be what looks like a skeletal set of remains there of some kind of humanoid figure. But that's all he sees.
Interessante. Yeah. He's gonna track that, and he's gonna pop over towards the eastern crevice and take a peek over there as well.
Okay. Make me a new perception check.
Come on, big number. Well, it turns out it's not only I who can roll like dog crap. So can Bronte.
Oh,
That one's all natural. All American single digit.
2 Bronte.
He is about to peer down this tunnel when all of a sudden a purple worm comes boring out through that tunnel and then into the next and just disappears, and it's just dust and rock all about him as this purple worm sails by, and Bronte is clutched against the wall as it passed within inches of him. And then it grows quiet after a minute, and the rest of the party can feel the tremors as this purple worm came roaring through and then continued to dig.
Should we try to reconvene?
I'm inclined to run in that direction.
I will follow.
So go ahead and move all your tokens, please, on the map.
I don't want to be that close to Scylla. She tends to be in the front of the line.
Yeah, I think we're running into this room to find Bronte after we heard that noise.
Yeah, it's Bronte's just plastered against that wall.
I mean, I'll yell.
Yes. Go ahead.
You'll what?
Bronte, are you all right?
He just nods,
Will, as we enter the room, can I pop a quick detect magic?
Is this one of the eye stalks we've spoken of? Is he frozen?
Yeah, you can pop a detect magic. Read me through it again. What's the range and everything?
It is, I don't know if it's gonna, I don't know how high the ceilings are, but it's a range of 30 feet.
Okay, it's 30 feet high in this chamber, so you definitely hit the ceilings. You're roaming all across the floor, and where you currently sit, you don't detect anything of magic.
Okay. Keep your eyes peeled.
Stay on target.
Where's the compass pointing?
Oh, that's great question. Hey, Will, where's the compass pointing?
It's pointing from your current position almost exactly due east.
He indicates, he gives one of those head nods in that direction.
Through the wall?
Perhaps we need to go up and around.
Here's one thing to consider. Does a regular compass know if there's a barrier in front of you?
No.
No.
It's just going to point in the general direction.
I mean, I can try a thing.
God, are you going to disintegrate every fucking wall
Pass
and you're
wall,
just
pass
watch?
wall.
No, I do have pass wall
Let's fucking go.
from the staff of the
Yes.
God damn it.
Staff of the Magi.
Staff. Okay. All right. Read me through that fucking spell that you're
Fire
going to use now.
Okay.
We're the purple worm now.
A passage appears at a point of your choice that you can see on a wooden, plaster, or stone surface, such as a wall, ceiling, or floor, and lasts for the duration. You choose the opening's dimensions, up to 5 feet wide, 8 feet tall, and 20 feet deep. The passage creates no instability in a structure surrounding it. When the opening disappears, any creature or object still in the passage created by the spell are safely ejected to an unoccupied space nearest to the surface on which you cast the spell. The duration is for an hour, though.
Okay. What's the distance it can cover?
I can have it go up to 20 feet deep.
Okay. Let me
That's
do
delightful.
some measuring here. Okay. Do you use it?
Yes.
Okay. And reveal the little bit that your tunnel shows, and you see that there seems to be some kind of cavern beyond. Oh, and it looks like you're just charging in there, looking to the end.
Actually, you know what, Scylla? Why don't you lead the way? That's
no.
was-
Your token's there. That's where you're at, my boy. You look
Sephel.
in, and Scylla's trying to pull you back, like, you fucking idiot. What are you doing? You look into this cavern, and it's monstrous. The ceilings are 80 feet high, and you see long, thick strands.
Oh my god.
Of mucus-like material that support large clutches of eggs all around this space.
Is the beholder in the nest?
Looking like an egg.
You can see that there's between a half dozen or a little bit less or one or two more in each one of these, but they're large, purple, insectoid-like eggs. You see that there's also 4 of these resin-like strands that almost anchor some of these clutches to the floor along with the walls. And you can, like, see them almost have this, like, this tension that keeps them very taut between all of the clutches.
Tensile strength.
Mm-hmm. I bet you if one of those strands break, like, the whole thing goes down.
Just trying to
Problem,
see
of
on
course,
here if
being
it
that
says
you need
how
one
high the
intact.
clutches are. Up into the air.
So we got to get the egg first. Because if we have a full-on battle in this place...
Can you cast Featherfall on it?
I could cast Featherfall on it. I could also get one of you up to one of the clutches with Vortex Warp.
Who has the bag? Scylla?
Oh, I
Scylla.
always got that bag.
Alright.
Unless we want to give it to somebody who's not as integral to fighting.
Okay. All right. Now I got
My
it.
sleight of hand is also a 2. A +2.
Do we want to, like, give the bag of holding to Bronte and get him up on that cluster?
Here's something I will describe to you guys, because it wasn't saying it in here, but it shows it on the map for me. I'm gonna mark some other points here. So this anchor right here on the map to the northwest, that anchor comes all the way down to the ground and looks climbable. Same with the one to the southwest. That'll reveal just that tiny bit there. And the one to the northeast. And then the one anchor that comes down and touches the wall to the southeast, is about 20 feet high. This nearest clutch to Sephel's tunnel is about 30 feet in the air. The one to the right of it is about 40 feet. And then all the others start to get higher towards the middle, around 40 to 50 feet. All the ones on the western side are about only 20 to 10 feet off the ground. So they're all at different heights, kind of spider-webbed in here. What are we thinking?
This is a delicate situation.
Luckily we have a man who's adept in delicate situations. Mr. Bronte.
Bronte.
We've had you grab precious items from the clutches of purple worms before. Are you willing to do it again?
I am willing to try.
Scylla will take the bag of holding off and put it around Bronte's torso. I imagine it's like a sling bag.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, I am going to back my way out of the tunnel to allow Bronte to get up there and enter as he pleases.
I just want to like whisper to Sephel, do you think it would change anything if you knew the amount of money that was in that bag?
I think it's better we not say anything.
Of course.
Forget I even said anything.
Yeah.
I think also, didn't we leave like the bulk of the money in like the castle?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
you
love this
said we were
retconning
spending
that
it.
we're doing right
No,
now.
that's not a retcon. We said that out loud during one of the previous episodes.
Well, because we
okay.
were
All
funding the army, we were building our own little home
yeah.
base.
So, what does Ricard do now that they're at the edge of this tunnel looking into this very large chamber with all of these eggs hanging
All right.
about?
Step 1. He's going to tie off a rope up here and then slide down to the chamber floor.
You're at the chamber floor.
Oh, my mistake.
Done.
It's 80 feet high. At
80
its peak.
feet. Sorry. I was just like picturing us like coming in for like and like looking at
Oh no, yeah, no, you're still on ground level. You honestly, like, Ricard looks around the way, and it makes you think Sephel kind of wasted some charges on the staff because the purple worm tunnel that came out literally leads into the same space. So you're like, Ricard's like, stupid wizard.
I regret
No.
nothing. This is a nice
Yeah.
vantage point.
Mm.
It is what it is.
The card is going to like tippy toe over to the southwestern strand. And
You mean the northwestern?
I certainly do mean the northwestern. My mistake, sir. Yes. Bronte will
Okay.
tippy toe over to the northwestern strand stealthily and begin his ascent.
Okay.
I would like to be at the edge of the pass wall tunnel.
All right. Yeah, you move up there.
Susie's just holding on to the compass like, oh no.
Now, this strand is sticky. As Bronte begins to climb up it, it is
Uh-oh.
mucus-like. Just this gross, like... And it begins to kind of grip on your feet. So you are on difficult terrain.
Okay.
So your movement's halved. And I need you to make an acrobatics check as Bronte is climbing up for me.
Okay. I'm sure that's fine. Bronte is very agile. Very agile.
Yeah, but you're rolling for him.
You know, true. But my man, that's a natural 17.
Hell yeah.
And my guy, again, is very dexterous. Plus 12, 29.
My boy Bronte got
Bronte
this.
manages to stay on as he's climbing up this thin wire-like mucus towards the eggs. Go ahead and move yourself as much as you could in one turn.
As much as I could, you say.
If you want. I said it as could because I know he can move like 1,000 feet, whatever.
He sure can. Yeah, he gets to the eggs. Sorry.
Fuck. All right. Well, okay. So he crosses 60 feet. He gets up to these eggs, and these things look pretty hardy. But if, like, you think Bronte's like, oh, yeah, if I just happen to slip a good knife point right here, it'd shatter the whole egg.
Uh-oh.
But you think that with, perhaps a dagger, a sword, or an axe, it's possible to cut one or more of these eggs out. It'll just take a little bit of time.
Bronte is a master of the knife. He slides out his onyx black dagger and deftly begins to cut the ties that bind.
Okay. Roll me 2d4, please.
Okie dokie. Does it matter which one, or just the total number, or
I just need the total number.
2?
Okay, nice. Bronte begins making extremely swift work, just his mastery over the knife and cutting into things. He is hacking away precisely to get at one of these eggs. Do you go for one of the larger or smaller ones? I'm just curious what goes through Bronte's mind. He's like, oh, I gotta have the big egg, or is he like, I don't care, give me the small one.
I think Bronte is like an eminently practical man, and he is going after the smallest egg because he thinks it'll fit the easiest into the bag of holding.
Fair enough. Yeah, you stretch out the opening of the bag and you're like, yeah, when I cut this, I can catch it right in here. No problem. As you're like getting to the last 2 strands, you all begin to feel this as the ground begins to rumble. Bronte, make a dexterity saving throw as the ground 30 feet below you begins to buckle up, collapses downwards, and a purple worm immediately begins to shoot up out of the ground and in your direction.
Why he do that, though?
Why? Oh, no.
And before we hear that answer, we'll see you guys next time.
Hey everyone, welcome to the end of the episode. 2 quick announcements for you. You've already heard us say it 100 times. We have a Discord. What are you waiting for? Get in here. We have so many amazing like-minded DMs in there. A lot of players as well, people new to D&D. Some people have been in there a long time, and everyone's just having a nice time sharing tips, tricks, talking about one-shots, talking about Curse of Strahd, talking about Out of the Abyss, all the things. So definitely think about joining us. You can find the link to join our Discord at linktree.com/themadnesstable. You can also find our other social media links there, including our TikTok. And boy howdy, Andrew Walker has been killing it on TikTok, posting the most random mad memes you had ever seen. So definitely consider following us there as well. Lastly, if you've made it this far, consider leaving us a 5-star review in whatever podcatcher you're currently listening. 5-star reviews are instrumental in pushing us up the charts and getting us in new listeners, which is really what we're looking for to get the name out there. So consider doing that for us. We would be forever in your debt. But that's all for now. And we will see you in the next episode when...